Hey everyone, welcome back to Write With Me, the podcast that helps you build your writing skills in English, one thoughtful topic at a time. Yeah. In today's episode, you will learn how to compare and contrast two different lifestyles, living in the city versus living in the countryside. Mm. This kind of writing helps you develop logical thinking, transition words, and paragraph organization. Cool. I actually really love the countryside, so this should be good. Today's writing prompt is write an essay comparing life in the city and life in the countryside. Include at least 3 points of comparison, such as transportation, environment, daily life, costs, or social life. Use transition words like on the other hand, however, and both. Explain which lifestyle you prefer and why. Try to write 30 to 40 sentences. Number 35 is, or 45 is the best, yeah. This is a compare and contrast essay. That means you're not only listing facts, you're organizing your ideas into clear points and explaining how the two things are similar and how they're different. To do this effectively, you'll need to choose 3 or more comparison topics. For example, transportation, noise, job opportunities. Use clear topic sentences for each paragraph, right? This way the reader understands what your point actually is. And use your transition words effectively. But the most important thing is to end with a clear opinion. What do you think? What do you value? The reader should be positive. They understand your point of view. This structure is useful for exams and real-world writing. Now, to get started, we're going to look at some useful vocabulary, and these should help you with both the city and the countryside. First, we'll start with comparison language. Both, similar to, in contrast, however. On the other hand, while, although, compared to, in the same way, and different from. Now, if we look at some city-related words, we have traffic, subway, busy, noisy, crowded, nightlife, fast-paced, and convenience. Now, if we're thinking about some countryside-related words, we can use nature, fresh air, quiet, peaceful, farmland, slow lifestyle, close community, and fewer services. Already sounds like a negative, right? Topic areas that you can compare would be transportation, living costs, environment and noise, job opportunities, lifestyle speed, space and housing, education or healthcare access, and entertainment access. And entertainment options, because it's different in both places for sure. Now, let's get started with some sentence starters so you have a good idea on how to say what you want to say. City life and countryside life are very different in many ways. One major difference is, in the city, people usually, however, in the countryside, both places have. Another thing to compare is, while city life is countryside life is And in my opinion, I prefer because remember, we need this for our ending paragraph. Now, we're going to take a look at our organization for this essay, and it's 5 paragraphs as usual. Paragraph 1 is our introduction. Introduce the 2 different lifestyles. Mention that you will compare them, and end with a sentence about why this comparison is important. Well, why does it matter? Why should the reader care? Paragraph 2 is all about transportation and convenience. How do people get around in both places? Is one more convenient than the other? Hmm. Paragraph 3 is about environment and noise. Is it loud or quiet? Is the air clean? What's the scenery like? Yeah, this is a good way to describe differences between these two. Paragraph number 4 is about lifestyle and social life. Are people busy or relaxed? Do the people know their neighbors? It's kind of important where I'm from. What is daily life like? Now, paragraph 5 is our conclusion and your opinion. Which lifestyle do you prefer? Why? And how does it fit your personality? Now, I wouldn't be right to just not give you an example from me, so here is a paragraph from mine. City life and countryside life are two very different experiences. Each one has its own advantages and disadvantages. One of the biggest differences is transportation. In the city, people use subways, buses, or cars to get around quickly. There are many roads and stations, but traffic can be terrible. In contrast, people in the countryside may walk, ride bikes, drive, but public transportation is limited. Another major difference is the environment. Cities are full of buildings and noise. The air can be polluted and it's often crowded. However, in the countryside, it's peaceful, green, and quiet. You can hear birds instead of horns, and the air smells fresh. When it comes to daily life, city people are often busy and in a hurry. They may not know their neighbors, but in the countryside, life is slower. People often greet each other by name. Personally, I prefer the countryside. I enjoy peace and nature more than shopping and noise. In the future, I hope to live in a small town where I can breathe clean air and live a calm life. Bonus points if I can fly fish, because I miss that dearly. Now it's your turn to complete these two lifestyles. Choose 3 or 4 topics from before and write your 35 to 45, 30 to 40 sentences. And use some of the vocabulary that we've talked about. Follow that outline, and I'll give you a few minutes to write it. You could pause the video here, or we could just end the video like we normally do. So you choose where you're at. But if you decide to end the video now, great work today. And if you decide to pause the video and come back in now, great work today. Right? Yeah, great work today. Compare and contrast essays teach you how to organize your ideas and use academic English. If you finished your essay, awesome. If you didn't, keep going. This is how you get better. Now, in the next episode, we'll return to personal storytelling as you write about a mysterious object and create a short story using your imagination and suspense. I'm really looking forward to this one. This was Write With Me. You're becoming a stronger writer every single time you watch this video, and I am proud of all of your progress. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.